On today's IRS tax refund update, we will take a look at the latest developments, including the next round of tax refunds scheduled for release, as well as those ongoing tax refund delays. Our viewers continue to experience including some of the top reasons why impacted taxpayers have yet to see their tax refunds, even as it has been 4 months since the tax filing deadline has passed. Starting off with the latest, as the next round of tax refunds is scheduled for release on August 21st and 23rd, as confirmed by the refund status results and tax transcripts seen here. Now, if you are part of these latest refund batches, do allow 5 additional days from the posted date for it to post your bank account if you opted to receive your refund by direct deposit before initiating a payment trace. However, if you chose to receive a paper check, you will need to wait 30 days to receive your check by mail before initiating a payment trace. Now, at this point, the IRS has still not released any recent numbers or information on the remaining tax return and refund backlog impacting tens of thousands of tax filers. However, at the end of the tax filing season, there were an estimated 1.5 million tax returns that remained unprocessed. And given the IRS processing trends, we believe there are still several hundred thousand unprocessed, regular, and amended tax returns remaining, a number of which may not get resolved until the end of the year or even next tax season at this point. With 4 months since the tax filing deadline has passed, we are hearing a number of viewers who in recent weeks have been reaching out for assistance to either the taxpayer advocate or their congressional representatives' offices. And during this process, a common cause of refund delays that has been discovered is that the IRS has not received the tax filer's wage documents, particularly W-2 forms from the filer's employer. And while the IRS should send a notice to the tax filer informing them of the situation, oftentimes this is not proving to be the case, which has been leaving the tax filer uncertain on the true cause of their refund delay. Now, the taxpayer advocate and congressional representative's office have been able to assist in the past, informing the tax filer of the issue and any documentation they must submit for tax processing to continue. Now, at this point, if you are still experiencing delays and have not been able to get assistance from the IRS directly, it is highly recommended you consider one of these 2 options for further assistance. It should also be noted that while these options have proved to be successful in a number of cases, it has not always been the case. So to keep in mind, results may vary. Moving on to some of the top reasons behind those tax refund delays that have impacted tax filers, including many of our viewers over the course of the last several months, include the most commonly reported issue is that of an entry error, or what the IRS considers a math error, where the tax filer has accidentally entered a wrong amount on a tax return. Now that is such a common occurrence that just 2 years ago, over 17 million tax returns contained some sort of error that needed additional action by the IRS to be resolved. And it could be something as simple as just one single digit being off on the tax return in question. An additional review of the tax return is another commonly reported cause of refund delays and can be identified by the 570 tax transcript code. Now, the additional review could be as a result of the tax return being randomly selected for a wage and or withholding review, which has impacted many, or it could be as a result of a discrepancy on the return, such as wages not matching or a credit being claimed. Moving on to another cause which has caused delays not only this year, but in previous years, is that the tax filer's employer's tax information has not been processed yet, which is important as the IRS matches what you have entered on your tax return and compared it to what your employer has reported for accuracy. Now, oftentimes, those impacted by this receive a 60-day notice from the IRS stating they are waiting on your tax information to be available on their computer system. ID verification continues to cause significant delays and specifically impacted those who filed their tax early this year. And while the IRS is supposed to send out notices to those impacted by this issue, notifying them to complete ID verification, they are not always received, which leads to many not being aware. This is the cause of their delay in the first place. And as we have seen in previous years, until tax filers take further action, discovering the course of the problem, it could take additional months to resolve. And finally, those who file paper tax returns experience some of the longest wait times, as an IRS employee must manually enter each digit of the tax return into the computer system. Let us know in the comment section below about your ongoing tax issue. In the meantime, we will keep monitoring the situation for further developments, so make sure to click on the thumbs up and subscribe button below for future updates on this channel, and thanks for watching.